Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. We are once again in Stormworks working on our micro carrier, and in this one we are going to be working on that little room there. And you might be asking, what are we going to do there? It's going to be cold storage. So I'm going to walk you guys through how to do that. I'm going to walk you how to cool the room down, and then we're going to decorate it in a little bit. So this is going to be probably a little bit of a shorter one. If you missed the last episode, we added all of our freshwater systems here. That's what that big blue tank is. But yeah, guys, that's kind of what we got up for today. So if you like the series so far, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. I post these these videos twice a week, and then some other Stormworks content periodically too. We have another build going on currently. But yeah, if you guys like the series, like I said, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And you know, for those of you who are new or may not know, we also have a Discord you can check out. But I'm gonna quit yapping about that. We're gonna get right into the building for this one, but not with a time lapse. Well, I mean, technically with a time lapse, but not with a speed over thing. Anyway, so how are we going to do this? It's a cold storage. I'll get into later why we're doing this, but how we are going to do this is using the liquid air heat exchangers in Stormworks. If you didn't know, the heat exchangers in Stormworks essentially take the two temperature values and they slowly average them out, like a real exchanger would in real life. So what we are going to do is this main floor down here is kind of going to be like a lot of the crew storage, workshop, engine room. So a lot of like important stuff down here. So I'm going to put the cold storage down here, and we're doing it for realism. I added fresh water. I added, you know, the showers, or well, I'm not yet. I haven't added the showers, but I will add showers. I will add sinks everywhere. I talked about how you can pressurize that tank so you can get it to all work pumpless. But what we're going to take advantage of is in Stormworks, and also most cases in real life, the ocean is always going to be colder than the air. So we can pump ocean water through this heat exchanger, and as long as we are cycling air from the cooler, aka the room, the freezer room, as long as we're circulating air in and out of this heat exchanger with seawater flowing through it, the seawater will pull heat out of the air, and you can cool the air down. So can you get it down to freezing temperatures? Not quite. I'm still I've been experimenting with these a lot, trying to kind of make them more and more efficient, but kind of taking a break from that recently. So I'll get back to that. Currently, this one, it really is dependent a lot about the temperature of the ocean you're in. For example, one weird thing that kind of happens is when you go up into the Arctic, the ocean water is now warmer than the air. So when you turn on this air conditioner, it will warm the freezer up. So that's one flaw. But you know, you honestly don't usually need to turn the freezer on for something that's going to be, you know, sitting in 10-degree weather on the outside of the boat. Sorry, touching the hull. But anyways, enough yapping on about that. So we're going to use the heat exchangers. A big, really important thing about this is the flow rate. And when I say the flow rate, it's much more important on the seawater side. So the seawater is going to be the colder of the two elements. You're going to be drawing heat out with that. You're taking advantage of that. It's much more important to flow more seawater than air. So just keep that in mind. And guys, you could do this to really any of your creations as long as the space is cooled or sealed. You can cool it as long as you're pumping from the seawater and you're not in an area where the ambient temperature is below freezing. And I mean air temperature, not water temp. So that's kind of enough of that. I've made a tutorial on this in the past. I'll probably make another one. I know the tutorial series is kind of lacking lately. Sorry guys, I've been really busy. But we'll I'll probably make a actual tutorial on this. I'm also, again, working on trying to make it colder. The coldest I've currently gotten it was down to, I think it was 40 degrees. I think it kissed like just under 40, but I'm not going to count it. And I think this is all Fahrenheit, guys. I think it was 40 degrees, and then I believe the outside temperature was like 85, 90. So yeah, it definitely works. It definitely cools the room down. It's a form of air conditioning. I wouldn't say this is good enough to consider it an actual freezer room, but yeah, this is just kind of a cool little detail. This exact type of system also will go in the engine room, and I do that to cool down the entire engine room. So when you walk in there, it's not just like a you know, furnace room and immediately All right, so we'll get this thing in the world. You watched me finish up painting the cold storage room, and I added the microcontroller and a couple temperature sensors. So I came in to test it, and we're gonna run into a problem quick. And you see that skyrocketing, and it took me a while to figure out what this is, but it's actually from the water furnace. See it right there, that glowing orange, red hot thing. Yeah, that's what's heating up the room. So I need to move that temperature probe because that is not accurate. So you know, I got the rest of it all working. I'm checking the flow. That thing's a little noisy. What's nice is it does act like a kind of just heat for the main floor. A little hot when you're over here, but it shouldn't really run that much. Once it gets the water up to temp, it only turns on, you know, once every couple seconds or so for less than a second. So it doesn't really get that hot. It's just getting very hot right now because the water's cold. And you can see right here, this temperature probe is going down for sure. So our air conditioning, technically, is more of what it's called, is working. But yeah, we'll bring it back into the build space, and I'm gonna just work on it a little bit. There's again, we got to work on moving those temperature sensors and stuff. And I want to add. I'm gonna change these numbers around, but again, I'm gonna go back and add an extra gauge so you can see the ambient temperature on the freezer. It's pretty important to know that. And then, you know, I'm just gonna shove everything in this little microcontroller closet, and this will move later on, it was kind of painstaking, but I didn't like that being there. So you guys will see that move. It goes kind of in between a hallway and a bunk room. And there's full storage, or there's access in the bunk room to get into those microcontrollers and repair them. So it should be a lot less of a problem than being down there at the front of the boat, right in front of the fuel tank. Sorry. But yeah, so that's kind of the plan there. I'm just looking for a better place to put this temperature probe. I forgot where I ended up putting it, but I know it's around here somewhere. And looks like that's the winner. But yeah, we're gonna come in here. I'm gonna add this extra gauge, or extra dial, and that'll just kind of let you know if it's absolutely boiling lava inside the ship. Another really nice thing about the ship too is you can circulate a lot of air through it with the way I set up the entrances. Like if you go to the deck right underneath the hangar, it's kind of hard to visualize because we haven't really been working around that in this episode. But if you go to the deck right below the deck right below the flight deck, sorry, there's a hallway that you can literally see through lengthwise of the ship. If you open all the doors, you can see completely through the ship, and it goes the entire length of the ship. So if you're moving, you can catch a lot of air in that, circulate air. It's kind of nice. It's not really that useful in Stormworks, but in real life it's kind of useful. And in real life it would also kind of be a problem with breaking door hinges and stuff, but we won't get into that. Here I am. I'm in the microcontroller, or in the I guess microcontroller workspace, and I'm just working on again kind of redoing that microcontroller. So, and for a lot of you this probably isn't new. I'm going to leave this one in the video just because why not? I also got a little bit of a shorter video for you. So for those of you who aren't new, what we are doing is we are going to take these two values, the green ones, they are number values, and they're going to read temperature in Celsius for us for the inside and outside of the cooler room. I have to write I have to translate those into a different signal to go into that instrument panel and display on the dials. Another thing I'm doing is kind of working on an alarm basically for it. So the other thing that I was in there, that last microcontroller that I was in messing with all the gates and stuff, that was actually for the water tank, but I'm going to add a little alarm in here with a threshold gate that goes into the same instrument panel. And that will just let you know if the cold storage room is not a cold storage room. It is a warm storage room. So that's all we're doing here. Like I said, we got the threshold here. And then the function blocks are just to translate our Celsius number into Fahrenheit. I'm an American, so I use Fahrenheit. I know, I'm sorry, the rest of the world. But if you really need to see the number, just walk walk over to the temperature probe. If you look at it, it'll show it to you in Celsius. I just didn't want to add both. In some of my ships, I do, just because I know that's one unit that a lot of people kind of struggle to translate from one to the other, which I know I certainly do. But yeah, this is, for simplicity reasons, this is a pretty big ship. We're not going to do that. You can always just look at the temperature probes. It'll show it to you in Celsius. So as long as the number inside the cooler is going down, who cares? That's kind of how I feel about it. But enough of that. We're going to go on to the inside here, and I'm just going to decorate it up. So I'm just going to make it look kind of like a storage room. It's just going to get some shelves. It's going to get some, stuff on the walls and whatnot, but nothing too fancy. We'll add a light. We'll add some, paint the floor, paint the wall, but not anything crazy. Alright guys, so that is going to be just about all the building we have in this one. So I have, as per usual, we've got spawned the vehicle. We were driving it. I just got it moving, so it was a little bit more scenic, I guess. I don't know. A little nice to not just look at the dock wall sometimes and see the thing moving. But we're going to go down. I'm going to check on the air conditioning and the temperatures and everything else. But yeah, that is just about it for this one. If you guys had any questions about the air conditioning, definitely let me know down below. You guys can, like I said, pretty easily put it into any of your ships as long as it's in the ocean. I'm still working on how to cool rooms outside of the ocean, but we'll figure that out. But yeah, if you like this video, guys, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Come back for more. Like I said, I make multiple of these videos every week, and in the coming videos, we're going to start getting a lot more technical on the inside, like these kind of videos. This inside of the ship is going to be pretty much as realistic as I can make it, so we are going to cram as much detail in this thing as possible, and I mean a lot, guys. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, that's all we got for today. So if you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day.